It's choreography time! You've made it through that shipwreck of a warm-up, through the technique section. Now we get to have some fun. So we've only got a little bit of choreography to add on today, but there's quite a lot in that little bit. So I wanted to spend some time going over it. So we're going to go over it first, just on our feet without our balance props. Then we're going to watch it all fall to pieces when we try to balance something as well. So if you remember, we've done our dramatic approach. I'm going to start from the back, however, because otherwise you won't be able to see me. But we have done our dramatic zigzagging approach to our audience. We have then balanced our prop, and then you have the whole of the rest of the music that you had to balance your prop in, to play with your hands, do something dramatic, go down like we practiced, or up, whatever you like. It is essentially very dramatic filler. You end your dramatic filler, and depending on what you're balancing, hands go to here, or to here, or to, oh my gosh, it's going to fall off unless I hold it, which gives maybe just one hand, get the other out. And we are going to do that curvy walk, or this walk, if you can't. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and getting back into shot because I'm never sure how much you can see. When we get to that 4th one, we're then going to do one of these. Or if you can do 2, do 2. 1, 2 internal circles. As soon as we finish our 1 or 1, 2 internal circles, we're going to go back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can do an internal circle here, or 2 internal circles if you want, or you can skip that if you want, and we're then going to add, again back to the middle to be sure you can see me, that little teasing movement we had earlier on, the top half of half a figure 8, out and out. If you can just turn your hip on an angle for that part, it looks much nicer, and it won't actually make the next section easier because we've got to go around again, but it means we're doing a full circle for the next part. So, just to go over that again, we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and around, or and around, and around, if you like, and 1, 2, 3, 4, optional around, 1 and 1. We're not doing the dip down, we are just saying, here's my hip, here's my hip. And you'll hear the music go da-dum, da-dum for the hips. You can hear where that fits in. So it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, around, around, and 1, 2, 3, 4, optional around, da-dum, da-dum. Let's try just that bit with the balance prop. So start already up to make it easier to balance and to move so you don't have to come up. Get your prop centered. Remember, you'll have sent a whole section of music already doing this, and we are just going 1, might be 3 actually, 2, 3, 4, and around on this side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, around on this side, and you can be like this, heel down if you want to, keep the other one up. Da-dum, da-dum. Do you feel how much more dangerous this simple move suddenly feels, and all that travelling feels, once you're balancing something? Suddenly, oh, but if I do this, it's going to fall off. That's the whole point of this section, is basically, okay, you've seen I can put a thing on my head. Now's the time to see if I can actually dance with it. So again, support it with your hand if you need to. The other thing you can do is have one hand in front of it, just to stop it falling off, or have both hands here, and we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, around, or around, around, 1, you can see how my new sword's rolling, 3, 4, around. If you can manage it, This foot comes temporarily down to give you a little more support as you go. Da-dum, da-dum. It is an I can dance with it too moment. If you can't get the 1, 2, 3, 4, if that is too fast for you with a sword, you can just do, and I might do because it might look better, I think actually, 1, 2, 3, around, around, 1, 2, 3, around, da-dum, da-dum. It'll look just as nice. The music is slow. Go at the pace that suits you. Slow looks good with this routine. So, go with that one more time. I'll do the 1, 2, 3 option just so we can see it. Right balance there. Yes, I am. Okay. Here we go. And then I'll go straight through to show you the next bit. 1, 2, 3, around. My sword's starting to wobble. Did say you shouldn't talk while doing this. And 1, 2, 3, optional around. This heel comes down. 1 and 1. And raise your arms up. And if you have a sword or a flat, long balance prop, you can rest the backs of your arms against the prop, which not only looks nice, it also stops it falling forwards off your head. I can stabilize it if it's sliding, because the next thing we're going to do is walk in a circle. Now you have options here. You can just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we want to stand at an angle for the next part. Or you can remember that hip circle we were doing earlier, the internal circle. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're ready to go into the next bit of our choreography, facing that way. So, the whole of that routine, or that section, and I'm going to put the music on and take us through it, is, I really should stop taking my sword off. Every time you take your sword off, it becomes harder to balance again, by the way. So once you've got it up there, it's a risk to take it down. 1, 2, 3, and around. 1, 2, oh, there goes my sword. 3, and around, and 1, and 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And even if you weren't doing the circles going around, just finishing with a couple of them looks very nice and can give the illusion that you were doing them all along and people just weren't paying attention. So 1, 2, 3, around, or around, around. 1, 2, 3, maybe go around and out and in, and out and in, and around and around and around and around. That is the whole section so far. I'm going to put on some music and hopefully not drop my sword, and we shall see how it goes. Nope, this is the first part again. Hold on, let me skip that forward a bit. Okay, we'll do the whole thing in a second. Here we go. Going this way. Round, 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 and all the way round. And round, 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 and all the way round if you want to. Out and out and circle. Round, 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 moving around, and we're ready for the next section. Okay. As you can see, I am really not kidding about the sword getting harder to handle the more you take it off your head and putting it on. I'm not sure quite why. Maybe it's the relief that oh, I don't have a sword on my head, means you get a little less stable. Maybe the sword picks up oil from the hair, but it does get a little bit wobblier every time. I'm just going to clean mine off just in case. So that's our full routine. I'm going to go over the whole piece now for us to dance. If you don't have the room to come forward in this first part, just try to step behind yourself and in front alternately to stay in the place. If you do, but you don't have that much room, you want to step back, that's fine. Fit it to your room. If you have as much room as you can, then we're coming forwards all through the first part. The balance comes right here in front of your audience, and then we're going one way up front and the other way up front and circling, because the next section takes us back to exit our imaginary stage. I am going to be taking the second repeat of the first part, the balancing section, to scurry back so you can all see what I am doing. Okay, good luck everyone. Let's put on the music and see how we go. Get your beautiful prop ready, present it to your audience. And around, cross, step, and around, cross, up, cross, step in, and snaking down, shiver it down to your hip, and cross, step, turn. You say, here I'm shivering back. If you want to, foot down, out and out, and arms up as we go around. Optional hip circle if you want. Yes! Good job. We are going to go through that section one more time, and that is it for today. And believe it or not, that is 2/3 of the way through this entire choreography. Just a baby little balance choreography so it doesn't drive you all completely up the wall. And then you'll have 2 whole dances under your hip belt. That's pretty impressive. So one more time through the whole of that. Let's see if I can manage not to drop my sword. Good luck out there. Here we go. Very impressive balance props out there ready. No instructions this time. Well, I did warn you. So, hopefully you kept your props balanced a little better than I did. It was some good work. If you want to go over this as many times as you wanted to practice it for next time, you can. I'll be right here every time. Failing that, goodbye for now. I'll see you next week.